Hi Soul Family, welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things to heal, grow, and evolve. In this video, I want to talk about deciphering messages from your higher self. It's very important to have a relationship, have a bond with your higher self, because your higher self is you. It is you in higher dimensions, it is you in the astral world, and so forth. And your higher self is doing everything in its power to send you messages, send you clarity, send you confirmation, send you symbols in your dream and awakening, and that is translated into your intuition. And that's why it's very important to decipher these messages, to decode these meanings, for you to have better clarity and have better guidance on what you need to be doing in your spiritual life. So I want to talk about how you can decode these messages, why it's important, and all that good stuff. So if you're ready for that, just keep watching. There's many different names for your higher self. It could also be known as your subconscious mind, your soul, your oversoul, your spirit. There's many different names for your higher self, but nonetheless, it is still you. You are all of these things embodied into a being, which is you. And your higher self is basically your soul or your subconscious mind, and it is a being. It is an energetic being that is alive, and it has, and it comes from source. It comes from the creation in higher dimensions, and especially when we go to sleep at night, body is subdued, our body is at rest, and our soul is active. And then when we're awake, our body here is active, and our subconscious is still there. It's not completely subdued, but it's just not as easier for you to get messages from your higher self when you're awake. This is what I call the beta phase, when you're awake, just as a typical sunrise and sunset. And because there's so much static, there's so much noise, you got the job to do, you go home, you have family, you have pets, there's just so much going on. Sometimes we lose focus and we get distracted. We don't notice these signs and these messages your higher self has been sending to you. So there's different things you can do to become in tune with your subconscious mind, in tune with your intuition, so you can truly understand what your higher self is trying to send you. So overall, everyone has what's called a soul mission or a life purpose. And a soul mission is what you, your soul, has come here on earth to do. Everyone has a mission. Everyone has a purpose they're meant to fulfill in this life. And you're here on this earth because you are meant to fulfill that role. And so whatever messages, whatever symbols, whatever things that your higher self are trying to send to you is related to that soul's mission. It's trying to get you on that correct path. It's trying to guide you so you would know where to start, you know what to do, you know what the next step for you to take, for you to actually start embarking on this soul's journey, on your soul mission, and then you're on your purpose for you to elevate. So as you are doing your work here in the physical, your higher self is also being elevated as well. So it's like I said, this is still you, but just on a higher dimension. It's one and the same. As you elevate, they elevate as well. So that's why your higher self is doing everything in its power to help you get to where you need to go, so we can both elevate as one. So starting out with your intuition, I did make a video about how to meditate correctly. And with this meditation, you can get nudges, you can get intuition, signs, and how to really differentiate what your intuition is, or if it's just you talking to yourself. So I'll go over it again, but with your intuition, everyone has a different way to really read the intuition. It could be a gut feeling, it could be your heart, it could be body sensation, it could be a thought that comes into your mind. But overall, your intuition is pretty subtle. It's like a nudge, like someone nudging you. It could be like a soft whisper, but it's very subtle. It is not something that's going to explode in your face. It's not something that's overly dramatic. It is something that's very soft and subtle and calming. Your intuition is not here to scare you. Your intuition will never do anything to bring you fear, to bring you doubt, to bring lack in your mind. That is not your intuition. That is your ego. So sometimes when we get these thoughts, we get these ideas, your intuition comes in first. And then when that thought comes in our mind, sometimes we overthink it, and that's when the ego comes into play. That's when we get confusion, we get doubt, we get confused about whatever messages our intuition send us, because the ego just kicked in. And that's when you get that fear, doubt, anxiety, so forth and so forth. So your intuition will never cause any fear. It will never cause anything that's of low vibration, because your higher self is not of that. That's why it's called higher self, because it's not of because it's never of anything that is low vibration. So intuition is kind of like something, it's like a constant thought that will keep recurring. If you keep seeing repeating numbers, if you keep seeing a name repeated, a place repeated, a thing repeated over and over and over again, that is your higher self sending you these messages over and over and over again, because they want to keep sending these messages to you until you get the point, until you get these messages, until they will give you something that you have no choice, but you cannot deny that this is something that you're getting a sign of, that this is a message from your higher self. So they'll keep repeatedly sending you the same symbols, the same messages over and over and over again. That is your intuition trying to tell you, hey, it's time for you to do this. Hey, it's time for you to meditate. Hey, it's time for you to take that action. You keep seeing these things again and again until you actually do it. But some people could be very in denial. They can think it's just a coincidence. They can think that, oh, it's not really a big deal, and they ignore it. But that is your intuition trying to tell you something, trying to give you that message. Okay, so how do we connect with this intuition? How do we connect with our subconscious mind? How do we connect with our higher self? The first thing I want to talk about is meditation. So meditating is pretty much getting downloads from your higher self. Going back to my meditation video, when we meditate, we get into an alpha brainwave state. That is the best time to meditate, because that is the best time to receive messages. Your higher self takes you where you need to go. Once you meditate, you go into higher realms, you go to higher dimensions. That's where you get information from these different dimensions. So your higher self gets the information it needs. If you have a question, if you have any intentions that you set with that meditation session, they go where they need to go, get the information, and they come back. And that's what you get, a download. So sometimes when we're meditating, a thought comes to our mind, or an idea comes, or we see a vision, or we get a feeling about something, or that's when you feel like, okay, after this meditation session, I feel guided to start my business, or I feel guided to start exercising. I feel guided to apply for that job. That is your higher self sending you that download, sending you that information. So after that meditation session, you set your intentions. If you had an intention for a better job, if you had intention to start going exercising, you start seeing that more frequently, because once you set that intention, it's already in the higher dimensions. And the more you set your intentions, it will manifest here in the physical. So you start seeing it over and over and over again. That is your higher self trying to communicate with you and trying to build a bond with you, to build a communication system so you can truly understand the messages your higher self is trying to send to you. So I kind of already talked about this. Another sign or messages that you have from your higher self is synchronicities. So this could be repeating numbers, this could be repeating words, repeating names, repeating places, so on and so forth. The most common one people talk about is repeating numbers, or angel numbers, people could call that as well. Repeating numbers is a thing that your higher self, or just not even your higher self, your angels, spirit guides, ancestors, they use this as well, because that is one of the ways the universe communicates. The universe, numbers are the universe's language. It's a universal language. So numbers are easy for them to just throw a code at you. Numbers are coded with a specific meaning. So these numbers are something that your higher self wants you to do. Sometimes this repeated numbers could be a warning, or it could be an okay. And it's good to get a basis of numerology and what these numbers mean, because it's not going to mean the same for everyone. Because you see 222 does not always mean love and a relationship will come into your life. So you have to really get the basics, study numerology of what each number represents, the meaning of it, and also what the number means once you added all the numbers together. It doesn't have to be like 11222. It could be 123, 369, 456, whatever numbers you keep seeing repeatedly. It's good to study those numbers, be aware of what the number means as a single digit, and also what the number means once you add all of those up. So for me specifically, I've been seeing 1111 and 555 lately. And so for me, 5 represents change. So there's going to be a change in my life. And then once you add 555 up, it represents 6, which means harmony, family. So with me, specifically for me, I know this has to do with working with my ancestors. And the more I do that, the more I build a consistent relationship with them. That's when all the changes in my life will occur. So that's what it means for me. And 1111 could mean something differently for you. If you see 1111, it doesn't always mean the same for other people. So that's why you have to learn the basics and see where it applies in your life. What were you doing when you saw that number? What were you thinking? What were you feeling? Where were you? What intentions did you set once you saw that number? That all correlates to why you're seeing these codes. That all correlates to why you're seeing that number specifically. It's not just a random number your higher self will show you. Each number is very specific to what it means. So that's why you need to learn the basics of what the number that you're seeing, learn the basic numerology, and apply it to your own life. Once you get that basic understanding, you can teach each other your own communication language. You can ask your higher self, if this is a warning, send me 222. If I should do this, if this is a get-go, if this is a yes, send me 1111. They will do that. If you ask your higher self, send me a butterfly for me to have clarity that this is the right thing for me to do, your higher self will send you a butterfly. So this is why you need to have a communication system. So once you build up the system, once you see 222, you know that this is a warning. If you see 1111, you know that that's a yes, that's a green light, that's okay. That means that it's good to go. That is one of the ways for you to have a communication system to decipher messages from your higher self. Another way to decipher messages is dreams. Dreams is a really big one. I've been talking about dreams on TikTok lately, about what you can do to build up your energy, how you can build up your energy, how to dream well. And because dreams are very significant, because like I said at the beginning of the video, once you go to sleep, our body is subdued and our soul, our higher self, takes over. So once we're asleep, we're in a dream state. And in the dream state, you can do a lot of things. It's very powerful because you can get a lot of information out of the dream state, because once you go to sleep at night, your soul, our higher self, leaves our body and goes into higher realms, different dimensions and whatnot. And we can get information, whatever we're asking for, whatever questions that we have, whatever things we want clarity on, we can go to the astral realm and get these information and come back here. Similar to meditation, but this is on a deeper level. So that's why it's very important for us to dream. If you do not dream, if you don't have any dreams when you go to sleep at night, you don't have enough energy. You don't have enough energy in your light body. Your higher self needs energy to get this information back to you. So it's very important, it's very imperative that you really practice certain meditations, practice drinking certain herbs for you to have dreams, for you to remember you dreamed. Some people, we know we dreamed, but when we wake up, we don't remember it because you don't have enough energy. You need to build up your astral body. You need to build up your light body. Similar to you building up your physical body to get toned, get that fit body, we need to build up our energy body so we have enough energy to carry those information with us back to here in the physical realm. So decoding your dreams. If you don't dream, we got to do something about that. But if you do dream, remembering your dreams and decoding them, even the most craziest things that happen in your dream, it's for a reason. Sometimes we have crazy dreams because of how we go to sleep. You have to actually plan to go to sleep, not just fall asleep with your laptop on your face and the TV on. It has to be very planned, because sleeping is kind of like a ritual. You have to be focused, you have to be ready, you have to have a mindset and set an intention before you go to sleep. Once you set an intention, it's so much easier for your higher self to get that information that you're looking for. Or if your higher self has information for you, or if they're trying to send you a message, they can easily do that a lot better if you have intentions on going to sleep instead of just randomly falling asleep. So getting a dream journal as well. Writing down your dreams, even if it's the most craziest things, write it down. It has a symbol, it has a meaning. It's something that your higher self is trying to communicate to you. So going back to certain herbs that can help you with your dreams. The ones that I use that work for me, I use mugwort. Mugwort is very good for dreams. Mugwort is an herb that's good for lucid dreaming specifically. It helps you lucid dream specifically because it helps keep you longer in that state while you're dreaming. The longer you're in there, the more information you're able to get out of that dream state. So mugwort's really good. Ashwagandha is really good for keeping you calm, keeping you relaxed, not having anxiety. And chamomile is really good to also help you feel relaxed as well. There's different tinctures and different minerals to help you have lucid dreams or vivid dreams. I don't really take them. I know trace minerals, I've heard people say it's really good for dreaming, also really good for strengthening your third eye, building up your intuition. You can try that. I've never tried it, so I can't really say how it works for me, but I've heard good things about trace mineral drops. Okay, so going back to dreams, let me tell y'all a story about a very interesting dream I had one time. This happened a few years ago. I came across this one YouTube video. It was just like a subliminal music. It was like connecting. So the title was something along the lines of connecting to the astral realm or astral traveling. And I was like, let me try this out. Let me see what it works for me. Going in with no expectations. So this is like the middle of the day, and I decided to take a nap. I had the music playing in the background, and I set a timer on my phone. I think it was for either an hour or an hour and a half. And I planned to take a nap with music in the background. And I tell y'all, as soon as I fell asleep, I've never had this experience in my life before. I could literally feel my body, I could literally feel my soul leaving my body and shooting out in the sky. And what I saw was like, I just jumped through this giant portal. And the portal was like black and purple. And there was like a bunch of mathematical equations, a bunch of numbers, a bunch of random symbols. But it was like a languages that I didn't even recognize. Like, this is not language we have on Earth. It was just, but I was moving so fast, y'all. Like, I was blasting through this portal at light speed, and I could see all these numbers, all these symbols, all these mathematical equations in my face as I'm blasting through this portal. And so pretty much what happened was I definitely had an astral travel experience. And so when I went to sleep at night, I actually took my consciousness with me, with my higher self, as we astral traveled. So pretty much what it was, it's not like I really had any control of what I was doing, but I could just see, I was pretty much just observing my higher self doing what they do in the astral realm. But it was so vivid, it was so real. It was the craziest thing ever. And nothing really special happened. Like, once we actually jumped through that portal, it looked like we're still on Earth, but it was different. You could tell something was different about it. I definitely believe that we were in astral realm or in a higher dimension. And it looked like just, and it was bright. It was daylight. It was daytime. The sky was out. The sun was out, shining bright. But it was very, very different, but it was the same at the same time. And I was just with my higher self, and we didn't really do anything special. Like I said, like, we went to the hair salon, we went to the grocery store, but I was talking with a lot of people, but I didn't recognize these people, but they recognized me. And we were just having casual conversations. We were just having normal talks, normal chats. But the whole fact was the fact that I jumped through this portal, and all these numbers, all these symbols, all these letters, these languages that I don't recognize were just in my face. And I was blasting through this portal at full speed. It just left me speechless, because I didn't really know what to expect, but I was not expecting at the same time. And after that, I was expecting something miraculous to happen. Like, I was going to start flying through the skies, but no, like, sometimes we have astral travels where we're just having casual conversations with people. Like, that's how it is in the higher dimensions. Like how we have casual conversations with people here on Earth. It's the same thing in higher dimensions, but they're just on a higher dimension. So that was my experience. Nothing really significantly crazy happened. It was just me going to hair salon, going to the grocery store. Everything was bright though, like the colors were very bright. I will say that. Like, the sun was out, but it was very, very bright. So that was one astral travel experience that I had. There are a lot of other experiences I had astral travel. I've never had an astral projection experience yet. And to be honest, I don't think I'm 100% ready for that. That is something I do want to start practicing with my astral body, but I don't think I'm ready for astral projection just yet. But eventually I do want to get to that point. So I have had astral travels. I've had lucid dreams, but it's not really frequent. I would say I have more vivid dreams than lucid. So my dreams are very vivid. It's very colorful. It's very bright. It's very intense. Like, sometimes I would have dreams that are so intense, like everything would be shaking. It would be vibrating at a very high speed. Like, that is a very common thing that I have in my dreams. So all of that is really your higher self sending you these messages, or you're seeing what your higher self is doing in the astral realm. So you're having these vivid experiences. That is your higher self doing what it's doing in the astral realm to help you, to help evolve to help evolve you so we can be on the next level. So yeah, so if you want to have more interesting astral dreams, astral travels, lucid dreamings, you got to work on your astral body. I don't think I mentioned this. Sun gazing is another way for you to build up that astral body. I haven't been sun gazing as much yet. I started pretty recently, but I feel like it's a good way for you to build up your astral body because the sun is life force, the sun is passion, the sun is fire, it represents your soul. So as you're gazing onto the sun, you're getting that energy. You're getting that solar energy back into you, and your body is absorbing that. So is your aura. So is your soul. It's absorbing that energy from the sun, so that can help. That could help your astral body build up its energy. So sun gaze, those herbs, and those mineral drops. Those are my recommendations to help get your dreams going in the astral realm and to decode those dreams with your higher self. So yeah, y'all, I've had a lot of crazy dreams. I could do a video specifically on my own dreams and my experiences with dreams because I've had a lot of dreams. I had a lot of dreams that are kind of crazy. So if you're interested in learning more about my experiences and my dreams that I've gotten, some of the dreams that I had that even happened the next day, let me know. Yeah, I will talk about them. If you're interested, just let me know. If there's any other topics you guys want me to discuss on this video, definitely let me know as well. And that's all I have for today, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to y'all soon. Until next time, bye y'all.